my formula is very simple when it comes to crafting an offer. I highlighted the most important pain points, and I have found a solution for all of those points. So I found a solution for a well-presented and priced property. What is my solution for that? I've got a solution for quality tenant selection. I've got a solution for transparent, cost-effective maintenance, which is my AI and my maintenance software, Tappy. I've got the rental income is being constant or increasing. I've got regular rent reviews and market reports. The trust and competence. I've got transparent reporting through our inspection software.
Welcome to the Property Management Podcast. Thank you for having me in your ears. And I cannot believe that at the time of this recording, we are already halfway through 2023. And just a little life update from me. As you may or may not know, this year has been turned upside down for me. The year that I had all planned out, well, it's no longer the plan that I thought. I went from selling my rent roll to the buyer pulling out a week before settlement. So all my plans with That Property Mum and the Done For You socials was thrown into chaos. The business was being sold as part of a settlement due to my husband and I parting ways in life and business. But with the sale falling over, I was thrown back into the business. And I'm not going to lie, it's been a huge challenge. But on the positive side, I've learned some great lessons and some of the solutions that I've come up with to address some of the major property management issues, I must admit, I'm pretty happy about. And of course, I want to share all the highs and the lows with you, which I will be doing in my new PM Mastery Bootcamp. So stay tuned for details on this. And if you want access to my previous bootcamp, just head to my website, thatpropertymum.com.au, and take a listen. It highlights everything that is and isn't working in property management right now and where we are headed and how you can stay ahead of the game. Now let's dive into this episode, and it is a little bit different. Not only is the content different, but the format is a bit different. I'm actually sharing a live monthly training from inside my PM Accelerate membership. And it's all about how to craft a property management offer your clients have to say yes to. And your offer is simply what you tell leads apart from the fact that you manage their property. Because ultimately, we all manage investors' properties. But what do you do differently from the 10 other agencies in your core area? And I have a really simple process for crafting your very own offer. And I can almost guarantee if you nail this, you will rarely, if ever, have to have a talk about fees ever again. So it's all about getting good at selling your value. And like I said, the fees won't even be something that the potential lead or client will even be worrying about. And I was challenged on this idea recently inside my own business. I had an existing client wanting a 1% decrease in fees and a new management client wanting a fee reduction as well. Once I presented my offer, fees and a reduction were completely forgotten. And this, of course, won't happen every time. And you will get those property owners who don't care about the value that you're offering and just want the budget service. So just accept that and move on. You want more of the clients who really appreciate the value that you deliver and are willing to pay a little bit more for it. So let's dive on in to this training on how to craft an offer your clients have to say yes to.
Welcome everybody to how to craft a property management offer your clients have to say yes to. And I'm really excited, as I said, about doing this training because it's actually something I am working on currently inside my own business. Get the most out of the training. Let's turn off mobiles, get out of emails and grab a pen and paper because I'm going to do this training a little bit differently today. We're actually going to do some action steps today. Because what I've found is a lot of the trainings that I've done already, everybody leaves with great intentions to do the work. But in property management, we all get so busy running our businesses and doing our day-to-day stuff. Nobody actually gets to come back to the work. So I'm going to get you started today on some of the steps. So just let me know in the chat if you've got a little bit of extra time spare to squeeze into your calendar to do some work on that today. And it won't be, it's actually quite a short training today compared to my normal trainings. And if you are a PM Accelerate member, I just want to quickly get you to take some more action today. Jump on in, scan that QR code and book in for one of your free coaching sessions with me. It is that time of year where we're all feeling a little bit flat. We need a bit more motivation and inspiration. So jump on in, book that coaching call now, and let's get out of the end of financial year funk, as I like to call it, and get moving with some positive action and steps. Now, how did we get here? Well, this is not my own training. I will just disclose that before we start off. This training was inspired largely by a book I read recently called $100 Million Offers. I'm not sure if you can see it, by an American billionaire called Alex Hormozi. Now, he went from being broke to generating millions of dollars through health and fitness, through creating health and fitness industry offers. But for me, I didn't have this book when I needed it. And what I've come to understand is that I created an offer in my business before I even knew what an offer was years ago. And of course, since I've read that book, I've now tweaked and enhanced that my offer with the new knowledge that I've gained. But let me start at the point in my business where I was so far in the red. I didn't even know what color is before the red. I had creditor debt, I had tax debt, I had massive team turnover. I was stressed to the max. I was burnt out, and my business felt like I was, and my life felt completely out of control. And I had to start working on my business before I didn't have a business any longer. And of course, I fixed the foundations. I worked on my marketing. But one of the other major things that I did was I worked on my property management offer. And it literally changed my business and turned things around inside my business. So it's one thing to be generating all these leads into your business, but it's another to be able to actually turn all of those leads into paying clients. And this is where your offer comes in. And I just want to do some maths really quickly, and I'm not great at maths, but I just want you to have a really tangible idea of what is possible and what we are working towards, or the end goal with creating an offer for you guys. Now, if you bring in 20 new managements and it at an average management fee cost per week of $40, that is $41,000 per annum you're able to bring into your business. If you just bring on 50 new managements, you're bringing in $104,000 into your business. So just so you know what that looks like in tangible, real dollar value for your business. So what is an offer? The $1 million question. Well, an offer is, pretty simply put, a clear proposal to sell a specific service under specific conditions. Now, we all offer to manage people. We all, essentially, property management businesses all offer the same services. We manage people's properties, we collect rent, we manage maintenance, we conduct inspections, and it's all very similar. But what actually makes us stand out? Well, it is our value and our offer. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how valuable do you think your offer currently to clients is? So what do you say to clients when you've got a new lead that's come into your business? What do you actually offer them when it comes to getting them to sign their management agreement with you? How good do you think that offer is without having done the full workshop? So I'm going to come back to this question at the end. And if you just let me know in the chat, 10 being the best, you think your offer is absolutely amazing, or 1 being the worst. I don't have an offer. I don't know what I actually offer clients. You just can let me know in the chat what you think your offer would be. Okay.
Okay, tell me, would you like to make maintenance your superpower? Well, you can. And you don't even need to tell anyone. It's all thanks to Tappy, a powerful property care software that takes all the pain, stress, and chaos out of dealing with maintenance and turns it into a predictable process that is reliable and frictionless, where every maintenance process is a smooth experience for everyone, with value adds that your owners and tenants will absolutely love. And it seamlessly integrates with your property management software too. And here's the bonus, it can actually help grow your business as well. And if you're rolling your eyes at me right now and thinking, yeah, right, I've heard all this before, then do yourself a favor and book in for a demo at tappy.com.au. Mention That Property Mum and receive 1 month free on Tappy.
So I went into into my offer. Nikki's just put in 6 out of 10. 10 for Kirk. Love the confidence. So when I actually had no idea what an offer was when I was selling my property management services to people. So I would have said mine was a 1 at the time. So I was not very confident with that at all. So let's get started and dive on in to creating an offer for you guys. Now, the step 1 is knowing your market. And there is actually a market that is in desperate need of your services and your unique abilities in managing properties. And not all markets are the same, and not all property management businesses have the same offers. And like I said, our core services are the same, but our offers can differ very greatly. And there is not all investors are the same either. And let me just share what I mean by that. So if you've got a mum and dad investor, for example, they are probably looking for an agency and they're probably willing to pay higher fees for better communication and service. They want more regular inspections because they're probably more emotionally attached to their property. Maybe it was their first home, and they want their maintenance addressed in a timely manner. Whereas your wealth creation investors, they're all about the bottom line. They want low fees, they want increased rents, they want less inspections, and they want less maintenance because less maintenance means less expenses spent on the property. So there are 4 things that we need to look for when considering your ideal market. And this will all make sense when we go to craft the offer down the track. The first thing when you're looking for your market, which market to be working with when it comes to investors, is are they experiencing massive pain? They must not want, but desperately need what you are offering them. And look, bad property management is painful and it's frustrating. And we've all felt the pain of a client who has had their investment poorly managed. And unfortunately, there are way too many of those stories out there. And I want you just to keep this in mind, and I'll come back to this later as well, is that the pain is in the sales pitch. And you'll see why later. Now, I've recently surveyed my clients, and there's 600 of them at the moment. And there was the common themes that came back through my survey was that all of them the highest value that they have is service and communication. They all want plenty of warning when it comes to leases ending so that they can make decisions about their property. They all want peace of mind and just to be able to trust that everything is taken care of. And they're frustrated with so many different points of contact or property managers churning. And they also, another important value was trust and respect, and it has to be mutual. They need to respect their property managers, and their property managers need to respect them as well. The next thing when it comes to working out your market, you want to make sure that they have purchasing power. Now, can they afford what you are offering them? Now, if you're offering a high-end premium property management service and you've got experienced staff, so you've got higher wages, and you're utilizing all the latest technology and software, chances are you won't be wanting to attract a budget investor into your business, because they simply will try to screw you down on fees, and that will not work for your business model if you are providing a premium high-end property management service. So the golden rule is serve people who can pay you what you are worth. You also want to find a market that's easy to target, and this will make your life so much easier. And thankfully, we've got digital marketing and social media now, where it is easier than ever to attract so many different ideal markets and clients into your business. Once upon a time, we relied on newspapers and advertising in the newspapers, and all the big brands had that buying power. And but now with social media and digital marketing, the playing fields have really leveled out, and we are able to compete on a much on an even keel with them. Now, when it comes to finding your market to target, I always harp on about this, is finding your ideal client or your ideal client avatars. Who are the clients? Where are they? Where do they hang out on social media? Get really granular, work out, their likes, their dislikes, as many details as you can about them, and will all make your marketing efforts a lot easier down the track. And finally, when it comes to picking your markets, you want to make sure that it is a growing market, not a dying market. Growing markets are like tailwind, everything moves forward faster. Declining markets are like headwinds, where everything slows down. And I'm going to share, and this is just my personal opinion, and each market, of course, is very different. But these are the markets I feel are growing right now. I think the wealth creation market is going to be growing. The property development market, depending on where you live currently, if you've got lots of infrastructure happening around you, lots of land and property development, then chances are that's going to be a great market for you. I feel like unhappy investors is going to be a market that's going to start growing again. We've had a market where we've had lots of happy investors. Vacancies have been low, rents have been going up. They're all very happy, but I'm sensing the shift in that market. It's getting harder to rent properties at the moment, and I feel like there's going to be a lot more unhappy investors around. And your local community, I've just did a podcast on that. Actually, if you haven't listened to it, it's a great podcast on how to utilize your local community to grow your business. I would totally recommend listening to that. Slowing markets are the mum and dad investor markets. I feel like that's going to slow down as interest rates are getting higher. They're going to be feeling the pinch financially. Buyers agents, again, we're entering into a new sales market, and I feel like their referrals and their businesses are going to have to pivot. It's not going to be like it was. And again, for me personally, in my area, property development has really slowed down. It's definitely a slowing market in my sort of southeast Queensland market at the moment. Now, have you heard of the saying, riches are in the niches, or niches if you are not American? Now, this is a saying that really rings true, and it has worked amazingly for me in multiple businesses throughout my career. And not every property owner is going to be your ideal client, and maybe your ideal client are the mum and dad investors, or maybe it's the buyer's agents, or maybe it's your local community. For me personally, my niche was property development and builders. I grew my rent roll in the early days off the back of some great referral relationships there. I ended up with 400 managements in 4 years, thanks largely to the traction that those relationships generated for me. After that, though, after the development started dying down, I had to then go and actually look for management's work out how to grow my rent roll in other ways. But that niche, while it was a growing market, was amazing for me. And now it's a bit of a dying market, and that will change again as well, that cycle. But the key, I guess, the point I'm trying to make here is one market won't always work for you. You've got to be pivoting and looking for where those opportunities are for you to target those different markets as you're growing your business. So let me just share a couple of key takeaways from that first section of the workshop. Pick a growing market and commit to it until you figure it out. It takes resilience to succeed, and don't personalize it. It's not about you. And what I mean by that is, if you're not getting many clients, if you're getting knockbacks, don't take it personally. It comes down to your offer. What are you selling them? What are you offering? What value are you delivering? And it's not about you and the job that you're doing as a business owner, property manager, or BDM. Step 2 is knowing your worth when it comes to crafting an offer. And I want to touch on this little concept of the price to value discrepancy. Now, have you ever heard someone say, I hope what you are giving them is worth it? Now, I don't really like that saying. It makes me feel like I am not giving value. I am not giving that they're paying for way more than they should be paying for something that I am delivering them. So I want to show you now how to create and communicate value, aka the worthiness of an offer. And to understand how to make a compelling offer, you must first understand value. Now, price is what people will pay for, but the value is what they get. And when it comes to business, getting people to buy is not the objective of business. Making money is. And I'm not sure if you agree with me or not, but I'm not getting people to buy my property management services. I'm getting them. I'm managing their properties so that I can make money, so that I can create a lifestyle for myself. I can pay my mortgage. I can pay my bills. So I'm happy to hear if you disagree with that. Feel free to let me know in the chat if you have an opposing opinion to that. Now, I also want to highlight the fact that I don't believe in lowering prices, management fees. I think it is the road to destruction for most businesses. And I want to encourage you not to compete on price, but compete on value. And to prove this point to you, I want to share, I'm just going to read my notes here because I want to get this right. So there was a blind taste test conducted in the US, and researchers asked consumers to rate 3 wines. I would have put my hand up for that test, just saying. Now, the 3 wines were a low-priced wine, a medium-priced wine, and a high-priced expensive wine. And, of course, they rated them, unsurprisingly, in order of their price. So the most expensive wine they rated as tasting the best, the medium one next, and the cheap one was labelled as unpalatable. It was horrendous. But what the tasters didn't realise was that the researchers gave them the exact same wine in all 3 times. So it was the same wine, but because it was priced higher, people thought it tasted better or was more valuable. So this has deep implications for the direct relationship between value and price. In essence, raising your prices can directly enhance the value you provide. People want to buy more expensive things. They just need a reason to. And think about when you designer handbags, for example. A Kmart handbag will do exactly the same thing. In fact, it'll fit way more in it than a designer handbag ever will. But we all want that designer handbag, and we're all willing to pay a hell of a lot more money for that designer handbag as opposed to the Kmart handbag. Why? So those who pay the most attention. So I want you to consider when you're with your pricing that it should sting a little bit. Some key takeaways from this little section: charge a premium price based on your value, and we charge the most money because we provide the most value. I want that, write that down. I want that to be your mantra after today's training session. We charge the most money because we provide the most value. And that is what you're going to say to that client that wants you to knock 0.5% off their management fees. You are going to use that line on them. And I guarantee you'll still get the client. Now we're going to move into crafting your offer. So if you haven't got a pen and paper handy, go grab your pen and paper handy right now. And for this part of the training, I'm going to use an avatar of an unhappy property owner who is sitting on the fence about whether or not they want to change to a new property management agency. So let's create your offer. Now, the value equation is, and this is a quote by Alex Hormozi himself, cracking value opens up the world of unlimited, see what it says there, unlimited profit, impact, and possibilities. So now the first step in crafting your offer that your clients have to say yes to is working out what your client's dream outcome is. The dream outcome is the expression of the feelings and experiences the prospect has envisaged in their mind. It's the gap between their current reality and their dream reality. And let me share an example of this with our little avatar, our unhappy property owner. So their current property management reality, it probably is like this. They're stressed, they're unhappy, they can't get hold of anyone, the property's sitting vacant or maintenance is costing them a fortune, and they are struggling with their mortgage repayments. But their dream reality, their dream property, if they could have their dream property management experience, they want to feel like they can trust their property is in good hands, that their maintenance will be done on time without unnecessary expense, and that they will be achieving maximum rental income. And the reason for this is because of human, actually, we're going to talk about human psychology here for a minute. And all humans have very similar basic desires. And all marketing actually derives from these common desires. We all think we're very different, that we're very unique, but underlying everything, we are all motivated and driven by these desires. And these desires are to be perceived as beautiful, which is why the beauty industry is such a huge industry, to be respected, to be perceived as powerful, to be loved, and to increase their status. Now, keeping those desires in mind when it comes to a property investor, I want you just to keep those desires in mind. But our goal is not to create the desire, because that's already inherent in all of us. Those desires, and we've all got different desires, and we might have multiple ones, but underlying, we've all got one of those desires. But to channel, our goal is to channel that desire through the offer that we present to the investor. So across the board, an investor desires, and this is my opinion as well, but this is what the investor clients that I work with, this is what I perceive them as desiring. They're owning an investment property. Owning an investment property is perceived as creating wealth, and wealth is perceived as increasing your status. The underlying, the driver for most investors is to increase their status. And I believe our goal is to help property investors increase their wealth and status through property investing. As property managers, we save them money, stress, time, and give them peace of mind. so that they can become the envy of family and friends who are struggling with property management nightmares, so that they can create wealth for generations to come, so that they can have peace of mind that everything to do with their investment is taken care of. So that is their dream reality. Now I want you to grab your pen and paper and spend a couple of minutes. I'll probably just give you a minute actually, just to write down some dream outcomes for your clients. I've written some prompts on the screen: how to make more money from your investment with less stress, how to find a dream tenant and make more income from your investment property, a worry-free investment, peace of mind property management with maximum rental income. Think about some of your existing clients, maybe why they came over to your business. What were they looking for when they came over? What would be the ultimate outcome for your clients by having their property managed by you?
There's been so much talk of stress, overwhelm, and burnout in property management lately. Do you want to know how I overcame all of that? Yes, I hit rock bottom multiple times, but I got myself a virtual assistant. Actually, not just one, but 3. But I didn't just get any VA, I got a PMVA. What are they? Well, they are the most well-trained in the business. And not only that, you also have a backup VA, so that essentially your business is never without admin support ever again. And my health, time, and business has never looked back. Your PMVA can take care of tasks like rent arrears, lease preparation and renewals, maintenance follow-up, routine inspection bookings, data entry, audits, prospecting, inbox management, and so much more. And the best part of implementing a PMVA in my business was that it freed up my time and my team's time to take care of important things like customer service. What makes me feel so safe is that PMVA is owned by Tiffany Botel, both here and in the Philippines, making my data secure and giving me more control over the VA arrangement. So head to the link in the show notes to book in your discovery call with Lady Boss Tiff.
Now you can come back to that. I just want you to get started on it. And you can come back to that at the end of the training and just add a few more bits and pieces in here. Now, the second step in crafting your offer is we want to look at now what your clients' problems are or what their limiting beliefs are around having a property manager. I'll share some of mine with you. So some of the common problems across the industry are they don't like a constantly changing property manager, the lack of communication, the lack of trust. They feel like having their property is actually more stressful. All tenants are a nightmare. They're sick of all the maintenance. They're sick of poor service, and they can't get hold of their property manager. So write down some of the problems that you have come across with new clients, with your existing clients perhaps. The most common problems that investors complain about in the industry across the board is the lack of communication, the time that it would take them to change agencies, the cost in terms of it costing them too much money with an agency. It's too confusing to change agents. And there is a large lack of trust for property managers across the board as well. And this could be a really extensive list. And again, you can come back to it later, but I hope you've just got a few things written down on there. Now, the third step in crafting your offer is coming up with a solutions list. So now that we've identified your dream outcome and all the obstacles that will get in someone's way, it's now time to define our solutions and list them out. And you can think outside the box for this and use some divergent thinking and get really creative and come up with as many solutions as you can. Here's some of my solutions that I've come up with. If communication's a problem, so how to experience transparent communication 24/7. Experience peace of mind with a property manager you can trust. How to beat the confusion and change property managers in 3 steps. Enjoy a seamless maintenance experience that will save you thousands of dollars. How to select the ideal tenant for your investment. Learn how to present your property to attract your ideal client. Learn the art of tenant negotiation so you never lose a good tenant again. And again, this is like a brainstorm, just, putting out their solutions to those problems. Give you a minute or so on that as well, just get some notes down. Now, step 4 is you're going to create your solutions delivery vehicle, or this is the how. So if you've got some crazy ideas, crazy solutions there, we're actually going to we're going to turn those ideas into tangible solutions now that you can present to property owners. So you want to come up with all the things you can do to solve the problems, and doing this exercise will make your job of selling your services so much easier. So what do I mean by that? So let's say the problem, one of your problems was having your property managed is too stressful, is a stressful experience. So in your solution, how could you make it less stressful for a property owner? Well, one of the things you could do is you could have a landlord portal that they can access anytime. You can create a great onboarding experience. So you could clearly set expectations at the start. When and what do you need to call about? What can you email about? How soon will their emails and phone calls be returned? You could have only one point of contact for any issues that they experience. Are you following on with me? Let me know if you get this, or if you've got any questions about this, jump on in and ask. So let's say your problem is that their client, they're sick of all the maintenance. In your solution for them, you might offer, you would only inform them of repairs and minor maintenance following a routine inspection. You could have a maintenance software or AI that triages tenant maintenance and gives the property owner full control and transparency over the maintenance process. You could have them authorize a limit for maintenance without needing their approval, and you could do an annual video inspection for proof of the state of the property. Let's say the problem is I don't trust property managers. In your solutions, you might offer a 24/7 landlord portal with full transparency over every property inspection, report and paperwork. You might offer 3-month no obligation trial of your services. You might offer access to the business owners direct. You might have quarterly investment performance reviews. If your problem's not making enough income, in your solution, you might offer investor education training on tax depreciation, mortgage advice, refinancing advice. You might have quarterly market updates and rent reviews. You might have an onboarding investment performance audit. And again, these are actually all things that I am implementing into my business as part of my offer to property owners. Of course, you will come up with your own unique solutions to the problems that you've identified for your clients. This will probably take a little bit of work, a little bit more time going through each of the the problems. But if you want to spend a little bit of time now, if you've got an idea, maybe just write it really briefly. Landlord portal, onboarding, write a few notes about what you could do to solve, what you could deliver on those solutions. And finally, we move, well, not finally, because there's another one. Step 5, now you're going to trim down those solutions and you want to identify the ones that are the highest value to your clients. We identified communication and stress-free are big drivers for clients, a big pain point, for clients. So you want to make sure that they are the highest value to your clients, but the lowest cost. Because, flying in Mark Burris to educate property owners is going to be way too expensive. Obviously, it's huge value, but doing something like that is going to be pretty much impossible for you to deliver. But you might be able to create your own investor education trainings, which would be high value and a more cost-effective solution. Investing in a landlord portal is high value and low cost if your software already has it built in. But if you're creating, obviously, your own landlord portal from scratch, it could be a high value but high expense solution. So again, just a reminder, you want to have the highest value but lowest cost solutions in there. And finally, we move in to creating your valuable offer that your clients have to say yes to. Here's an example of my offer. The chat box around so I can read it to you. So I've got a 24/7 landlord portal with access to all your property transactions and reports. I've got a dedicated senior property manager who is your only point of contact that addresses their worry about having so many different people to speak to. Minor maintenance is handled by our AI and only reported following routine inspections. You get an onboarding survey to complete so that we customise our service to your needs from the start. We guarantee to respond to all client inquiry within 24 hours. We process your rental income daily. Clients love getting access to their money, and there's some great software out there that actually removes the need for trust accounting altogether, and clients can actually access their money in real time. That is a great point of difference and a great offer to add in to your offer if you have that software. We guarantee to respond to all client inquiry within 24 hours. We process your rent. Oh, sorry, I've already read those. We qualify every tenant with a national tenancy database check. We have online leasing software so that tenants can book in to view properties and apply anytime, 24/7. So that's a few things that I include in my offer when it comes to selling it to clients. And this part is probably best left for after the session when you can actually spend some time going through finalizing all the other steps. But my formula is very simple when it comes to crafting an offer. I highlighted the most important pain points, and I have found a solution for all of those points. So I found a solution for a well-presented and priced property. What is my solution for that? I've got a solution for quality tenant selection. I've got a solution for transparent, cost-effective maintenance, which is my AI and my maintenance software, Tappy. I've got the rental income is being constant or increasing. I've got regular rent reviews and market reports. The trust and competence, I've got transparent reporting through our inspection software. I've also got an annual video inspection so that they can get a real-time view of the property. And I believe that my offer does create that stress-free and maximum rental income solution to property owners who want to come and work with my business. So now it's your turn. Go and create your offer that clients have to say yes to. Just a couple of tips, add-ons here. You can think about offering a guarantee with your offer, or you can add in extra services at no cost. This increases the perceived value of your offer. And again, when you're creating the offer, how much value can you deliver to those investors? Your extra services might be that you pay their water rates and council rates for them, and they can have them, mailed directly to your company. It might be that you don't charge end of financial year reports or inspection or maintenance, whatever those fees that are included at no extra cost. It's great to highlight them to increase the perceived value of your offer. And a rental guarantee, make sure it's something that you can deliver on, that you're not going to be stung for. But some guarantees that I've seen, your property rented in 7 days, or you don't pay a let fee or the advertising fee, or there's a guarantee I have come across where you increase your rental. We guarantee to increase your rental income for 12 months, or your money in over 12 months, or your money back. Of course, you would have some disclaimers with that as well. And one of my clients at Blue Chip Rentals on the Sunny Coast, she has a rental guarantee that the final month's fees are, if you're unhappy and she can't resolve the issues for you, she'll waive the last month's fees with their agency. Now, tell me in the chat if you can see how this is way better than just saying to somebody, we can manage your property, or we provide 3 inspections a year, or we collect rent. We have a 0 rent arrears policy. Can you see how this offer would deliver way more value than just saying what we would normally say to a client? If you want to just let me know, and if you wanted to reevaluate, Nikki, maybe do you still think that yours is a 6 out of 10, or would you adjust that after going through today's training session? And that's okay if you wouldn't, because of course this is not rocket science. It is, it's out there publicly. It's just something that I have created in my own business that has given me some results that I am now passing on and sharing with you guys in my community. So love to hear. 8 or 9 now. Perfect. Awesome. That's great, Nikki. Thank you for sharing that. Now, a couple of little final things before I let you go and complete your offer. Remember I mentioned earlier that the pain is in the sales pitch, and I got you to write down all of your clients' pain points. Well, the pain points are amazing to identify because that is where your marketing gold is sitting right now. If you can market to people's pain points there and offer and deliver solutions to them, you've got some great marketing materials to use. So are you worried? Are you tired of worrying about whether your property manager is looking after your biggest investment? Are you stressed trying to communicate with your property manager? Do you even know who that is currently? Are you ready to experience peace of mind property management where you'll never lose another quality tenant, waste another dollar on maintenance, or have complete transparency over every step of the management experience? You see in those pain points, there is some great marketing copy. You can use it in your advertising. You can use it in your marketing collateral, use it on your social media. So go back and have a look at those, spend some more time with those pain points. And there is a lot of marketing gold to be uncovered in those pain points. And one of my favorite questions, when you are getting a lead into your business, which will lead perfectly into you selling your offer to them, when you have a new lead, ask them, why are you leaving your current property manager? they will usually say all those pain points. They don't communicate with me. They deliver poor service. My property's been vacant for 5 weeks. I haven't even had one tenant through. They don't update me after inspections. Though their complaints, what they share with you about their previous property manager, will lead you perfectly into you delivering your solutions to all of those problems. You're delivering your offer and value to all of those solutions. Or you can ask, what is your current property management experience like? So write down those 2 questions to ask all new leads as they come in to your business, because, like I said, that will open the door, a perfect segue into you selling your offer to them. So the key takeaways from that section of today's training: your offer is all about the value that you deliver. Have a solution to all their major pain points, and this is a key point as well. Have a solution for every single one of those pain points that you've unlocked, because that's how they're going to say yes to your offer. If you leave one pain point not addressed, then they're going to walk away going, but no, they didn't really give me a solution for this pain point. I can't say yes because they haven't solved all my pain points. Have a solution for every single pain point that you can possibly come up with. Even if it's something really minor, you want to have all of their pain points addressed, and that's how they're going to walk away saying yes. There is not one thing that this agency can't fix for me. There is not one problem that I am experiencing that this agency can't fix for me. And the pain is in the sales pitch. Market to their pain points and their struggles, and deliver your solutions. As many of you know, a few of you are already working with me through my different memberships. I just wanted to just quickly recap on some of the things that Property Mum offers. We do coaching and online courses. We also, and Kim is in the training today. Kim has your lovely review. Kim, we do social media done for you as well. We take care of all of your social media, build your business and your personal and business profiles for you. All you need, only commitment from you is a monthly meeting, so we can do some strategy work around it. That's another service that we offer as well. And of course, we've got our membership, PM Accelerate, and this is an industry first one-stop shop. It's got all your property management training and support. And I know there's a couple of PM Accelerate members here. For those of you who aren't in the membership, I'm just going to quickly touch on what is in it really, really super quickly before we move on to the Q&A session. So there's an admin section with all of your templates, letters, emails for all of the major property management processes and systems. We've got checklists, we've got workflows, we've got prospecting scripts and dialogues, procedures for onboarding new clients, new tenants, loss managements, HR resources, lease renewals. We've got a whole host of trainings, and a monthly training like this gets added every single month. Plus, we've got some guest expert trainings in there as well. We've got the done for you section as well, where we have social media templates created. We've got captions done for you. We've got video scripts. We've got real ideas. We've got blogs and newsletters, everything to keep your marketing ticking over for you. And we've got a personal development hub as well, which, the reason I am presenting this training today is because of the personal development work that I have done with Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Offers. Personal development, I cannot recommend it highly enough, to be investing in that for yourself. And we're also building a Accelerate community, so that we can, share our struggles, share our successes, and build a bit of a referral network as well. And the point of the membership is obviously so that you can stop feeling overwhelmed and frustrated. We're all struggling to find people. Myself personally, I cannot find a property manager in Ipswich at the moment. This community is, designed to give you that support. You can, if you've got the right setup, you can run on a very streamlined team, I have learnt this, and which will be another training session. I have streamlined my team so much since I've been back in my business. And it is all thanks to these systems, processes, procedures that I have created. It's amazing. I'm so surprised. I do need one team member though. And if you're not a member and you want to find out more, scan the QR code, jump on in, take a look. It is a membership that's constantly being built out. We're adding new content all the time. So we've got a big burst of new content about to be uploaded into the membership in the next week. So jump on in and take a look around. So your action steps from today's session is please go and create your valuable property management offer that your clients have to say yes to. And feel free to share it with me once you've done it. I'm happy to look over it, give you some advice, help you tweak a few things in there. And if you've got any questions now is the time to ask away. Or again, you can obviously email me after today's session. I am very, very accessible. But let me know if you've got a question about anything. There was a lot of content in there, but I tried to keep it fairly streamlined for you. It's my word of the month is streamline. No questions? Are we able to access the slides later? And do you have examples of offers? You can definitely access the slides later. I'll have to, thanks Kirk, I'll see you later. Yes, I can send you, if you send me an email, kylie@ithinkproperty.com.au. If you're not a member of the PM Accelerate, I don't give out the, I will give you a copy of it. Don't worry, Nikki, I'll find your email. And there is an example of my offer already in the slides. So if you wanted to go back and have a look at that, it's basically your offer is just the solutions list of all those problems, what you're going to deliver. You don't need anything. I mean, you could make it into a nice fancy little, offer page that you give to clients. It's more about when you're talking to somebody on the phone, and I would share your offer with your team members as well. If you've got team members that are doing BDM onboarding work, I would share that with them as well so that they know the solutions to the problems as they're speaking to leads as well. But yeah, it's pretty simple concept once. And it's basically how you sell your services to clients with as much value as possible. And to be honest, as soon as I changed it from to this sort of process, this offer process, I never have to talk about price. I never get asked what are your fees? 9 times out of 10, I get the client signing up straight away because I have answered all of their questions, all of their objections, all of their problems they're currently experiencing with their existing property manager. I've provided the solution for that problem. So I hope that makes sense. I personally believe this is really valuable, will be a very valuable addition to your business. And I would love to hear your feedback once you do start talking with leads and clients about it. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. Again, I hope you found that very valuable. Jump on over, send me a DM, jump on over and give me a follow, and I will give you a follow back. But please share with me what you thought of this training so that I can improve. Thanks, guys. Have an amazing day.
Property inspections, entries, exits, incomings, outgoings, routine inspections, whatever you call them, you have to do them. And I remember when I first started as a property manager, you had to handwrite the reports and take notes on a digital camera, then upload the photo memory card to your computer and hope and pray that they weren't all blurry or your computer had enough memory to store them. But gone are those days, thanks to Inspection Express. Now, Inspection Express is not only the number one tool used by leading property managers across Australia and New Zealand, but the leader in groundbreaking new tech in the industry with the launch of 360-degree virtual tours. Now, virtual tours is upping the ante, giving landlords, owners, and directors unparalleled 360-degree virtual access to their properties. So head to the link in the show notes to book in your free demo with Inspection Express. If you love the Property Management Podcast, you've got to check out the PM Collective, hosted by my friend, Ashley Goodchild. She discusses things like how to have awkward conversations about pay rises, yes please, how to raise the bar in property management, and why so many people just seem to fall into the industry. You've got to love stories like that. She'll leave you with great advice, actionable steps to take, and let you know that you're not alone in any of the challenges that you face. So be sure to check out the PM Collective wherever you get your podcasts. Can I ask you a quick favour before you leave this episode? Now, we all know how important reviews are for businesses these days, and mine is no different. If you could spare just a minute to follow, rate and review this podcast, it would mean a lot to me. In fact, what would get me super excited is if you share this podcast with someone in the industry who you think might need to hear some of the episodes right now. And if you'd like to find out more about working with me or any of the products I have to help you start, grow or scale your property management business, head to my website, thatpropertymum.com.au, or check out the links in the show notes.